Hey guys, welcome to Cricket Fanatics Magazine. This is your daily show. I'm your host, Khalid Mohideen, and this is the show where we talk about all the major talking points in South African cricket. Now, you know what today is going to be all about, and that's going to have to be about Quinton de Kock's press conference. You know that they always do the captain's press conferences the day before the first game, and obviously we got an opportunity to listen to Quinton de Kock. We have a new addition to the family in Lucy Rees. She obviously did her first article with a preview a week ago, but today was like her, you could say, uh, her baptism in a way, because she had her first ever press conference, going to obviously experience what it's like to be in a South African press conference. Yes, it was virtual. I think she'll have a lot more fun if it was live and we were actually at the press conference, but hopefully things clear up for next year and maybe she can have an opportunity to go to run then. But I'm going to bring her on the show to come have a conversation with us about her experience. But before we get going, obviously you guys that haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to this channel, click that notification bell for all future videos. Now, what I normally do with these type of shows is I normally play you a clip from Quinton de Kock. Now, before Lucy comes on and tells me exactly what I know she's going to say, or I'm going to predict what she's going to say, there wasn't much to take from Quinton de Kock's press conference. Quinton being like he is, he's a guy that is a man of little words. He doesn't necessarily get sucked into tricky questions. He gets prepped very well because before he had a reputation, obviously, of blurting things out that he's not supposed to. So obviously they prepped him really well, and he didn't really say much. But I took a 1-minute clip out of the press conference to play for you guys that I think was the most important part, and we'll hear the rest from Lucy. So without further ado, yes, what Quinton de Kock had to say.
Yeah, obviously, England have an unbelievable record and a team that's full of match winners. But I think last year, the last series we played against, I think we definitely gave them a run for their money. I think both teams played unbelievable cricket. Obviously, it was disappointing we didn't win the series, but I thought the way we went about things, we always fought to the end. We knew we didn't just sit back just because we knew it was England. And yeah, I think this time I think it should be a good contest again. If I look at both squads, I think we're almost matching. Obviously, one or two more things are a little bit different, but I think when I get out to the field, I think it's going to be a close contest once again. The guys are very keen to play. It's been a while since we've played for the Proteas, and I think the guys are ready to go and help change what's been going on around cricket in South Africa. Obviously, we're the leaders up front in the country, and we're going to try to lead from front. And yeah, the guys are keen to get out there and get going with it.
So guys, if you want to watch the full press conference, it is in the SA versus England tab or playlist that's on our channel. You can go have a look. You know that you can go to cricketfanaticsmag.com for all updates. We even have an England series tab for you guys to go watch all of those things, including the piece that Lucy wrote as well on the whole entire press conference. She did an excellent job putting that together. But without further ado, I've been talking about her enough. It's now time to bring her on the show. So welcome to the show, Lucy.
Hi, all right.
I'm good at you, man. So let's get right into it. Well, first and foremost, what was it like to be in a Quinton de Kock press conference for the first time?
So at first it was quite surreal. Like I felt like I was just watching it really. And then I was like, no, I'm actually here. And then I had like some questions ready. And then I was like a bit scared that they were going to get asked. And then all three that I prepared did. So I was like kind of glad. But, next time I think I'd prepare more. So I did get a chance to ask one then.
Yeah, I know what it was like for my first press conference when I had to ask questions. It was against Australia, and I was very nervous, and I asked a very basic question first up. I was like, just to get the blood flowing, because I'm watching all these other journalists. You can see how confident they are on their questions and quite long and lengthy. What did you learn from the other journalists that you heard asking questions?
Just really that like when they were asking them, they were just like, "Oh, all right, Quinny," like as if they'd asked him stuff before, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's just so mad."
Yeah.
But yeah, they're all confident and they're all long and they're all, they're not afraid to ask a follow-up question or anything. So.
Now it's great that you can actually get that experience from this. I'm happy that you did get that experience. But can you just give a quick update of what are the main talking points that you took out of this particular press conference with Quinny?
So yeah, he said, well, he was asked really, are you a bit scared of Ben Stokes? And at first, Quinny was a bit like, no, not really. But then he kind of came out at the end of the question and said, I'm kind of scared of the majority of the squad that's listed. So I think it took a bit of a turn, that question. But yeah, other than that, and a lot of, he sounds very happy with the Proteas as well. Like he kept getting asked, would you change anything or would you bring anything from the IPL to the team? And he was going, no, I really like how they are. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, for me personally, when you wrote that piece, the point that he made, and I was quite interested in the fact that it was him that said it, and obviously he's the captain, yes, but the maturity that he showed in that manner to say that he's not just playing for himself anymore, especially with South Africa. You would have seen, obviously, and I don't want to rub it in, but with regards to the World Cup and South Africa, England, etc., etc. I don't know if you watched the documentary on Chasing the Sun. It's called. It's on. I don't know if you got a chance to see it in England, but we obviously have it at home on our DSTV, on our dishes over here. We have it over here on DSTV. But the Springboks also went with that mentality that you're not just playing for yourself. You're playing for this whole entire nation and all the poverty and all the things that South Africans go through on a daily basis, the crime, everything that we go through. You're playing for a lot more than just yourself. And the fact that Quinny said that in that piece that you wrote was phenomenal, that he actually mentioned that. And I think that's going to spur them on. We're obviously going to talk a lot more about the chances and who's going to win this match a little later on our preview show. So guys, tune in for that at 9 p.m. But do you fear Quinny as an England fan as well? Is he one of the major guys that you fear in that South African side? Or whenever he walks out to the middle, what do you as a fan think about him?
I think, yeah, I would, I think. Maybe not as much as like perhaps the Proteas are fearing Ben Stokes and the likes of like Jos Buttler maybe. But I think he's very similar to Jos Buttler. Obviously, same positions and stuff, but as well as players. And I think with them fearing Jos Buttler, I think we could be fearing Quinton de Kock.
Yeah. He also spoke obviously about the fast bowlers that you guys have. That he's looking forward to obviously playing against the likes of Jofra Archie, etc. I think that when it comes to the fast bowlers, I think Quinton has it covered. He played pretty well in the IPL against those fast bowlers, a lot of fast bowlers. So obviously you mentioned it in your piece as well, how well he did in the IPL. Did you find it quite interesting when they were asking him questions to compare South Africa to Mumbai?
Yeah, I thought it's a really different question for him because I think they're probably nothing alike. You've got the IPL where it's just a variety of the best players in the world in one team, and then I was with South Africa and England or any international team, you've got what you've got really. You can't really sign players or whatever for their talent and stuff. So when they were asking that, I was like, that's a bit of a difficult question for him because obviously he's stuck with the Proteas, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So, but he did answer them really well. I thought he'd been obviously briefed on what to say for them.
Yeah. And basically, guys, if you don't know, you can obviously go watch the press conference. But he basically said that it's a lot of a mental side of things. He was probed into that to talk about that. He basically said from a mental point of view, because of the amount of winners that are in the Mumbai squad that have won trophies, I think that there's a lot of experience with regards to winning things. Whereas in South Africa's, obviously in South African's team, the Proteas haven't won a trophy. So it's the only one trophy that was in the Champions Trophy a long time ago. So they don't really have the experience of winning trophies. We can only really talk about the Mzansi Super League. Not a lot of the guys from the Paul Rocks in the side, but the guys that won the inaugural tournament are guys like Rassie van der Dussen, who's won a lot of trophies with the Lions, and he's won a lot of trophies for them. Only won one trophy for the Mzansi Super League. So when it comes to serial winners in the side, the closest you're going to get is Quinton de Kock with regards to the amount of things that he's won as a player, as a youth player, as well as a South African for the Titans a bit. But although he didn't play much for the Titans, but obviously, of course, I can say for the IPL, Mumbai Indians twice in a row. So I mean, it's phenomenal what they have achieved, and it's phenomenal what Quinny achieved with that team. So Lucy, just to wrap it up. Is there anything else you want to just touch on that we haven't mentioned yet?
I think what he said as well about Ben Stokes being, what did he say? He said he'd fear Ben Stokes no matter where he is in the field or in the game. And I thought that was like a really important line, because obviously he said bowling, he can come and bowl and hurt you. Batting, he can come and score runs for fun. And he said in the field as well, and it also took me back to the World Cup where he took that brilliant one-arm catch on the boundary. And obviously he's taken some phenomenal catches and stuff on the field. So I thought that was like really important as well, what he said that as well, like in the field, not just batting and bowling.
Yeah, and he didn't want to mention anything with regards to the team, of course. But I just got an update, guys, right now. This came through. About the COVID tests. Cricket South Africa is pleased to announce that the entire Proteas team has returned negative results from the COVID-19 tests that were conducted this morning in Cape Town ahead of the 6-match inbound limited tour against England. Regular operations reflecting the status quo around practice, accommodation and use of hotel and will commence from now on while the team continues to take regular measures to protect against COVID-19. So that means that the full squad is available, bar obviously Dwayne Pretorius, who picked up a hamstring strain. So that's a great news. And Lucy, that's the news that you were probably waiting for as well.
Yeah.
We've got one more question from a buyer, and he has said that question for you: what was your favorite part of the presser?
I really enjoyed it all, to be honest. But I think the moment for me was when everyone was still arriving, turning on, and then they pinned Quinton de Kock's picture to the screen. Obviously, it was on Zoom, and then I was like, "Oh my god, he's there!" And that was a bit like surreal, but yeah.
Yeah. So I just want to update you, Mo, what happened. The doctor spoke to us this morning, and he told us that actually everybody that initially that were positive, there was one positive, he said, or two positives there were, and they were both cleared afterwards ahead of in the last COVID test that they took. And now they obviously took another one to double check, obviously before the game tomorrow. So, and that is all being cleared. So the two positives as well, and they are all cleared. So that's great news for South Africa, of course. Lucy, thanks a lot for coming on the show. We're obviously going to see you once again in the previous show that is happening after this. So around about 9 o'clock. So guys, tune in again. Bring all your questions. We have a full panel. So we're going to really go deep. We're going to give all of our teams, just to prep you guys beforehand. We're not going to give you the teams that we think are going to play. We're going to give teams that we want to see start in the game. So we're not going to try to do predictors. We will try to maybe predict as a whole at the end of the show as for fun. But mainly what we're going to each do is we prepared, obviously, graphics for each particular person and who their teams are. So tune into that show, obviously, at 9 p.m. So it will be, if you guys watch this video later, it will be just below this on the playlist. So thanks, guys, for everybody for tuning in. Thanks for watching the show. Thank you, Lucy, for doing all the hard work that you did today. You did an excellent job. Guys, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Click that notification bell for future videos. Don't forget to download the latest issue of the magazine. Become a subscriber. Link is on the screen and in the description. If you want to keep up to date with everything with regards to the England series, we have a tab on our website, cricketfanaticsmag.com, where you can keep up to date with everything with regards to match. We're not going to do match reports. We're going to do player moments, first innings player moments, and at the end of the game, we'll be doing the action pieces with regards to the press conference. We'll be giving you guys the press conferences as well on the channel. Plus, we'll be doing amazing analysis pieces the following day that you guys can keep up to date, and then obviously a preview show and a review show after every single game and before every single game. So that's all the content we're going to be doing for the England series. With regards to business people out there, if you guys have a business and obviously you're looking to make sales online, we have a free video on this channel how to get sales online, even if your business is offline. So go click on that video. It's free for everybody. We're just trying to help as many people as much as possible. Thanks a lot, guys, for tuning in, and we'll see you guys in about an hour. Take care, everyone.